got a few brief questions seeking an update on the Tasmanian Jobs program. Can either the Minister or Secretary provide an update on how many or what the uptake has been in the program since the last estimates?
I think we're nearly tickling 50.
50?
That have engaged, but I think it's high. It's 48.
48, so it's gone from 5 to 48. Can you give us a breakdown on, I know with questions on notice you did provide a breakdown on the Wage Connect program. Are you collecting the information for this program as well on, by industry, by company size?
Yeah, we do have that.
Yep.
Yes, Senator.
Do you want it now or on notice?
Oh, look, no, on notice would be be fine. But are you? Could I ask if you are collecting the information on company size as well, like what size enterprises are employing these individuals?
Senator Stuart Watson, Stream Services branch in Job Services Australia Group. There are 42 employers who've employed people under the Tasmanian Jobs program, and I would categorise them as all small businesses.
Yeah.
As in less than 15?
So I've been using less than 20.
Oh, less than 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but look,
so it's a small or medium enterprise?
Yeah, I've been through the names, and I must say all the names struck me as being in the small category.
Okay. Well, could you just give me a very rough breakdown of the types of businesses then?
I can do it by industry.
By industry, yeah. Sorry, as in business activity.
We've had 8 placements in manufacturing. Yep. 8 placements in construction.
Yep.
8 placements in retail trade. 3 in accommodation and food services.
Yep.
3 agriculture, forestry, fishing. That's quite a large cohort. 2 in healthcare and social assistance.
Yep.
2 in transport, postal and warehousing. 1 in rental, hiring and real estate. 1 in electricity, gas, water and waste services. 1 in education and training. 1 in wholesale trade and 7 in other. 7 in other, okay. And were any of those the same employers, I should say, who utilised the Wage Connect program? I'd have to take that on.
We'd have to check with that, Senator. So that list that Mr Watson was just referring to is the Tasmanian Jobs?
Correct.
And we would have to do a reconciliation to check between the 2 programs, but we can take that on notice. Great,
if you could.
And I'm not sure if it's helpful, Senator, but all of the employers so far have taken on 1 person, except for 1 organisation who've taken on 3.
Who've taken on 3?
Yeah. Again, that's the Tasmanian Jobs.
Tasmanian Jobs, yes.
That's 45.
There's 45 current.
Sorry?
There's 45 current participants. 48 have started.
The 45 current. Taking.
45 current.
Right.
Yeah. Look, I suppose once again I'm interested, well, professionally but academically in the size of the incentive that's being offered and why a small business would take on 3 employees to get $9,000 over 2 years. It's thinking that if they're footing a full-time salary, you could be looking at at least $150,000, if not $200,000 in other payments to those employers over that period of time. I don't suppose there's any survey that you do of them or any business intentions or any process you go through?
So, Senator, I just want to go back to the Tasmanian Jobs again. That's after a 6-month period. So, correct. Did I hear you say 2 years or? Well,
the payments, isn't it an upfront payment and then a payment over a period of time after 6 months?
No, once they've completed 26 weeks of work, there's a single payment of $3,250 for the full-time work.
Right.
And the only way we could really look at success or otherwise, and again, there's small numbers and we're not 26 weeks through the program, given it started on the 1st of January. We have had 66% of people who get to the 13-week claim one of our outcomes. So that means a really strong component of those people who are commencing in those jobs are getting to 13 weeks, and we have very high hopes that those people will get to 26 weeks. And that's a reasonable success, albeit small numbers, but reasonably encouraging sign. So going back to the incentive, there must be some incentive for those people as well as some incentive for them to sustain in those jobs. And so, as I said, small numbers but encouraging signs.
So correct me if I'm wrong then, so after 26 weeks they get the second
That's right,
tranche?
that's right.
That's
But
right.
obviously with the program only starting on the 1st of January,
No one's got to
we
that
haven't got
point
to
yet.
26 weeks
So
yet.
it's not contingent on them being employed for a minimum period of time after 26 weeks?
The Tasmanian Jobs program.
Yes, the Tasmanian Jobs
no,
program.
they get paid at 26 weeks,
Yeah,
and that's the elements around that program.
okay. And could you remind me, does the employer get paid again, or does the
It's the employer.
employee?
The employer.
The employer gets paid to subsidise
Yeah.
the salary?
That's
I think
correct.
the program you're thinking of that's over 2 years is the job commitment bonus, and that goes to the employee.
Right.
If they stay off welfare
Yeah.
for, it's staged over
Might have been
a
the wage
two-year period.
Could have been the Wage Connect program, I think I was
Wage
getting.
Connect.
Okay, so how do you communicate this program to potential employers? What's your marketing strategy?
Well, what our strategy has been at this stage is I've done a letter to, I don't know how many employers.
8,267.
There we go, 8,267 employers in Tasmania.
Yep.
And we've also been having, if you like, banner-type advertisements in newspapers.
Okay. So how much has been spent on that marketing, Senator Abetz?
I think it's only about 30,000 thus far,
Yep.
but we are looking to spend more with I better not say anything at this stage, but we are anticipating spending more, but we are in the final throes of determining how to do that.
And can you give us an overall administration cost for the program? Because this one and a very quick one after that. Or what's your budgeted administration cost is for the program?
Look, we'll take it on notice, but
Okay.
I assume it'd be hard to disamalgamate because the people administering this also administer other programs.
Okay. Now, the rules of the program state that to be eligible for the subsidy, employers must hire an unemployed job seeker who has been on New Start for 6 months. Given the changes to social security, this means a young person will be unemployed for at least a year. Are the rules of the program going to be changed to alter?
Senator, the under 30s measure that we were talking about,
Yeah.
they would qualify even though they are on New Start but receiving no rate. So that 6-month period where they are receiving no income support, they are still deemed to be on New Start,
Right.
but on a nil rate. So in this context, they would qualify for the Tasmanian Jobs program, wage subsidy after 6 months.
So they can go straight in after 6 months. Okay. Look, I have lots more questions, but I'll put them on notice.
Thanks, Senator Whish-Wilson.
And Senator Whish-Wilson, any promotion of the TAS program that you can do in our home state would be much appreciated.
I just think if I could just perhaps quickly say, I think given the mature worker program that you announced in the recent budget, the success of these types of programs is going to be very important to your government.
Yep, and the good news is that the TAS program will in fact be on top of the mature age, so potentially it could be 13,250, albeit over 2 years, for some Tasmanian employers, just as long as that sum, of course, doesn't exceed their
And you've offered...
wages per year.
Senator Whish-Wilson and Minister Abetz now. Senator Mackenzie.
Thank you. Just on the jobs program in Tasmania, how was the take-up rate in the Tasmanian plan for jobs compared with the take-up rate for the last 6 months of the Wage Connect subsidy? Could you give us some sort of context to the figures, please?
Senator, Wage Connect has been currently paused for the second time, so it's quite it's quite clear that the take-up rate of Wage Connect and the familiarity that people have with the Wage Connect program means that it's been very successful. Tasmanian Jobs has just started in the last few months, so we're still working out the best way of publicising it, as the Minister has just been talking about. And we would think that by the time it reaches the maturity of the Wage Connect program, the take-up would be higher.
Okay, and so what is the total advertising budget for the program?
For Tasmanian Jobs, I think it's about 98,000.
98,400 for the 13-14 financial year.